Hello and welcome to another video. Today I've got a Roadhog guide. Roadhog is a high damage, high hit point tank character that can output the highest burst damage of any hero in the game. Roadhog is a flat 600 hit points, 2 abilities and 2 firing modes. His weapon is called the Scrap Gun. It's got a very close range shotgun that deals 2 to 9 damage per pellet depending on the range. The pellet spreads and moves at 57 meters per second. It fires 25 pellets per shot, can fire 1 shot per second, holds 4 shots before needing to reload, which takes 1.5 seconds. The Scrap Gun is the highest single shot damage of any weapon in the game, but in order to get effective damage output from the primary fire, you need to be at point blank range, basically having your model touching their model. It's very close range. Thankfully though, there is an alternate fire which can be fired from the other mouse button or other trigger that launches a ball that does 50 damage on impact. This can headshot doing 100, but the main thing about it is that after 9 meters it splits into a normal shot as if it was fired from there, but this has a 25% lower fire rate. However, due to the extra range, I'd recommend using this firing mode pretty much the majority of the time unless you absolutely are at point blank range or you've used the chain hook, which I'll get into later. Landing all the pellets can do up to 225 damage, landing them all with a headshot will do up to 450 damage. However, due to the extreme spread, this is very unreliable to do, so don't aim for the head since most of the pellets will miss. For larger character models, aim for the neck area, and for smaller character models, aim for the upper torso. This will reduce the amount of pellets that miss the target, and while still allowing some to hit the head, the majority hitting the torso. That 225 is more than enough to kill any small character model in the game, almost. Because each pellet is counted individually, each one can headshot, but each one is also halved from armor. So yeah, his damage output is halved to armor. This doesn't matter much because Roadhog has insane damage output, and I'll show that later. His first ability is the infamous Chain Hook. Chain Hook fires a single projectile, it acts as a projectile rather, that has a fairly wide hitbox and a very tall hitbox. This is why a lot of people hate it, since it gets a lot of dodgy hooks. The projectile's got a fairly long range, but it does stop eventually. Because of the wide hitbox, it can hit things hiding close to a corner, but they have to be right next to the corner, or hiding behind low walls and obstacles, you can pull them over them. The hook deals 30 damage on impact, has a 20 meter range, and a 6-second cooldown. The hook can be blocked by Zarya's and Reinhardt's barriers, so keep in mind with that. When you hook a target, they are quickly brought towards you and they will stop in front of you, and then released. This position is not affected by where you are looking, but just where the center of your body is. So if you hook somebody above or below you, it will stop them above or below you. When hooking smaller targets of 200 hit points or less, I'd say just hook, then shoot and melee. This will often be enough to insta-kill them. When hooking a target, always hold the shoot button before you're even allowed to shoot. This buffers your attack so you shoot on the very first tick available in the game, making it nearly impossible for your target to escape using abilities like Wraith Form, Maze Ice Block, Rewind, etc, etc. In fact, they actually have to also buffer their escape ability, and then it just comes down to who's got the better ping. So if you want to always get your shot off, just hold the fire before you're even allowed to shoot. When hooking tanks or any hero of 250 health or above, or if you're just trying to get the most damage possible to ensure you get the kill, alternate fire, then hook, then primary fire, then melee. This can kill almost any hero in the game, even in ulting Winston, which has 1,000 hit points, or just a standard diva who's got an effective 900 hit points versus Roadhog. This is because she's got the 100 flat hit points and then 400 armor. Armor halves the damage shotgun, so it acts as double, giving 800 hit points in the armor, totaling 900. But using this max damage combo, I'm able to make that 900 drop down to 40. Roadhog does a lot of damage. His next ability is Take a Breather. Take a Breather has an 8-second cooldown and heals 300 hit points over the course of 1 second. As of the Ana update, this also charges your ultimate. A full heal apparently gives you around 19%, so that's very good there. Take a breather is best used when you need to panic heal. If you're say in a fight, just quickly get a bit of cover, heal up and then start fighting again. If it's safe though and there's no enemies around and a support is nearby healing you, let them heal you to charge their ultimates, since their ults are better than Roadhog's. It is worth noting stuns can interrupt the heal, so be wary of that, and when you are under the effect of an antibiotic grenade, take a breather will heal the 600 health bar, all of it. Roadhog's ultimate ability is Whole Hog. Whole Hog turns his shotgun into a rapid fire shotgun of death that causes absolutely massive knockback, capable of sending a charging Reinhardt into the sky. The ability slows your own movement speed down to 2.5 meters per second, so be careful of that. Whole Hog fires at a very large angle of attack and deals out a total of 5,000 damage across the whole angle over a 6-second duration. This ult is best used when you can knock lots of people off a cliff or prevent players from entering the objective or getting them off the objective. It's also good for countering enemy pushes because it just keeps them back. Even if they say use a Lucio ultimate, you won't get any kills, but it just keeps them against the back wall and they won't be able to do anything. It's also worth using in overtime to prevent the other team from extending its duration. What I'll do, even if there's no enemies nearby, if the game is about to end, say the time's running out, or it's in overtime, I'll just use Whole Hog anyway, just in case somebody comes running around the corner, it'll instantly start pushing them back. Roadhog is a tank that is capable of being a solo tanker. This means that you can have him as the only tank on your team and he'll do a good job of tanking. Because he has a lot of staying power due to take a breather, he's very good at dissuading enemy movement, since players don't particularly want to be in Roadhog's sight for too very long because of his chain hook, and he does have very little downtime, unlike Winston and D.Va. Winston, of course, needs to heal a lot using med packs when he jumps back and forth, and D.Va when her mech gets destroyed, well, she's a little squishy 150 health player that doesn't tank. When it comes to counters and Roadhogs, it was very difficult, because there are no hard counters to Roadhog, and he doesn't necessarily hard counter any particular hero. He's just strong in general. His insane burst damage allows him to have answers to anything. So a lot of the matchups that I've listed on screen are down to player skills and the situation that the fight is in. So there is a small line between the counters equal to and gets countered by categories. However, I will say the biggest counter to Roadhog, if there is an enemy Roadhog in the enemy team who's doing very well, Tracer is the way to go. That ends it for today, and Roadhog, I hope this guide helped you. If you have any questions regarding the character or the matchups I listed on screen, be sure to ask them in the comments. Be sure to ask what hero you want next, and I'll start working on them. This has been Roadhog, the One Man Apocalypse. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.